It's becoming more and more difficult to ignore the mountain of science that is suggesting that the current model is largely obsolete apart from emergency management. And so what we have done is take emergency management and apply it to chronic care. And this is why half of Americans are taking more than 5 prescriptions and still feeling unwell. So, doctors are very well-intentioned people. They largely go into the field because they want to help people ease their suffering, right? But they are put in a position where it's almost impossible for them to actually do that, and their outcomes reflect that, right? So what I like to, imagine is happening is that there's a grassroots interest in a very different type of medicine, and this interest will drive and attract healers and clinicians and doctors who can provide the type of healing relationship that people are asking for, which is, please look at me as a whole human in my entire life, relating to other humans and the environment and my own lifestyle. Experience me holistically so that you can help me personally. One of my favorite philosophers of all time is Alan Watts, and he would talk about how it can't be that we are just flesh robots on a dead rock floating in the middle of space, right? There is fundamentally more meaning here. But this is what we've been led to believe, that our symptoms are meaningless, that our body is a machine. It's, full of organs with buttons and levers that need adjusting, and that you're really not here for any purposeful existence. You're here to live and survive until you die. And that, I think, doesn't resonate with us anymore at this point. I think people feel like something is missing. And the something that's missing is connection, and largely connection to the environment. And that's why I believe so passionately in food as medicine, food as the primary, portal through which you can begin to reconnect to these fundamental principles. We are in an awkward transition now because we're bumping up against the limitations of a model of medicine that may have served us for a window of time. And the types of illnesses that patients are presenting with today are complex, and they cannot be addressed in a 10-minute appointment with a family practice doctor who doesn't have the training, intention, or wherewithal to dive deep into the interconnectedness between multiple different systems that we were always taught are discrete and separate. What we are learning from the primary literature is that not only are we connected directly to nature through the microbiome, but also all of these systems that we thought were operating in a vacuum, hence the specialization, model of medicine, are totally interconnected in very sophisticated ways we're just beginning to understand. And then on top of that, our relationship to our lifestyle and environment, which we thought was totally secondary because we believe that you're born with what it is that you'll have to deal with in terms of your health, is probably actually the primary driver of health versus disease, and that's epigenetics.